Hello and good evening. Welcome to Stitching in the Cottage After Dark. Welcome, welcome everyone. Let me hurry up and jump in the chat and welcome everyone that is here. Michelle with Michelle's Crafts and More is here. Whip is here. Tracy is here. Welcome to you, Tracy. Katie Crafts is here. Welcome. Charlotte is here. Welcome to you and Danielle, dear daughter Danielle. Hello, hello. And let me see, Carol is here. Welcome to you this evening. Oh, Jody is here from Iron Stitches. Well, no, that's not Jody. I'm sorry, that is Tracy. Get it right, Jean. Tracy with Iron Stitches is here. Welcome to you. And so Brother Mike, a New York beauty, is here this evening. Thank you, everyone, for joining me this evening. And Whip is going to be joining us quite often, I think, this evening because he keeps wanting treats this evening and is quite insistent about it, as you can tell. So he's going to get more than what he should have, I think, tonight. But hopefully pretty soon he will stop. But he's here. And good evening to you, Joyce. Welcome, welcome. And Junebug, welcome to you. Thank you, everyone, for joining me this evening. And as you can probably tell by what's behind me, I will be working on brain fog again this evening. Always getting back to it and trying to get a little more done as we go along. But I do have, if I move my chair, oops, wrong direction, you will see right there is the cutout of the master copy of me sitting there like this. That is going to be the photo collage. And what I needed to do was cut that out, put it where I think it's going to be on the quilt so I can start placing some of the other things that I am going to add to it around it, knowing where that is. Without that there, I couldn't add the other things. So it is pinned on there temporarily, and there may be a little bit of work done to that also this evening. Let me make sure I haven't missed anyone. It looks like everyone is just saying hello to each other in the chat. And there is a lot of blue and a lot of green in there tonight. That means the moderators are here and chatting with everyone. And the green are all the ones that are members to my channel. For those of you that may not be aware of the memberships, you can always find that right next to the subscribe button below the video. It should say join. And you can click on that and find out more information, or you can always email me and I will gladly give you the information on what the perks are, because they're not all listed there on what is available if you become a member to my channel. And that is where we will leave that for now. Well, thank you, Mike. That is so kind of you. And Loretta must be here. There she is. I had to see where she was popping in at when I could see that somebody was saying hello to you. And Joe, Jersey Joe from Vintage Style, is here this evening. Welcome to you. Well, thank you, Danielle. Very, very kind of you. I was a little rushed, so I don't really look put together, but I guess I am. Love the background. Yes, it is a brain fog hanging there, and the lights, of course, in front of the quilt. And like I said, when I move my chair, you can see that I have placed the cutout of the photo collage that is going to be on there, so I can start placing some other things that I'm working on around that. And some of those things that I have been working on, and where did I put that? Which, of course, we worked on the master copy of that, sectioning out into the sections so that it can have the applique collage done to it, gave them assigned letters and numbers. And I also then went back afterwards, and you can see I put in the hash marks that will be the registration marks for making sure everything is lined up after I cut those out and place those on fabric. So then after doing that, this is going to look quite different. And I labeled that master copy because you never want to cut or do anything to your master copy. So I made a copy of the master copy then, and I put that on my light box. Of course, it's taped down. And then I took freezer paper and put on top of that, and you can see how I traced out, leaving the space between them so that I can add the 1/4 inch. Some of them got a little close, I see, but we will manage. Some of them will go over top of others and not have all of the areas turned under on them, because the piece next to it on part will go over top of the 1/4 inch approximate seam allowance that will be underneath that. So I have to cut these all out this evening so that they are ready to decide what fabrics they are going to go on. At least he's quiet. Oh, but and then this part right down here is just an outline of my face, so I know where to place these also, as I am doing that, which that will just help a little bit. But why don't you say hello while you're here, Whip? Are you going to be the star of the show this evening? Huh? No, we're not going to bring you up on my lap. And even if I give him a bigger treat, it won't take him long before he'll be back because he goes through them very quickly. But sorry about that. And Lynn with Soft Squares is here this evening. Welcome to you. I missed you Monday night. That is rare for me, but maybe it was a good thing. Every once in a while, gotta watch. Can't be getting those pink boxes, from you every week, even though I know you would really like that. As I always say when I go in on Lynn's on Monday nights when I'm leaving, I always thank her for taking my money. But yeah, so welcome to you this evening. And she says, I agree. Oh, it felt kind of funny though, not receiving something in the mail this week. So let me see, what am I going to do first? I think the other thing that I have been working on, and I'll tell you some of the things that I am and will be working on this evening. Oops, which that should be underneath here. I wanted to do some curved piecing as well. So I am not going to be sewing these onto anything. They are just going to be randomly put on the base of the quilt and applique down. So that is foundation paper pieced, and it's rather small pieces, as you can see. And I have the first one, which that is the wrong side, of course. I have the first one completed and ready to be trimmed, which I'm going to do that right now. Now, normally, you would not stitch on that seam line, but because this is not going to be sewn to anything, I needed to baste that down, because that will be the turning edge for appliquing it down onto the quilt. Wait until you see what we have for this next Monday. Oh no, you are being an enabler there. That will be really pretty. Thank you, Lynn. But so I'm going to trim this and you will see how the finished portion. It's always hard to decide which scissors to use when you're cutting both fabric and paper, but I think I will use my paper ones on there instead of the fabric ones, because that is just the outer edge that is going to be turned under eventually. So I'm going to trim right on the outer 1/4 inch line. which would be where you would be trimming after you stitch this on to whatever you were stitching. But that's a little different going through all those seams there. Glad I decided to use the paper scissors and not my good fabric ones. So we will soon see just how this turned out. Well, pretty much it's not going to be exactly on that finished edge because like I said, it will be turned under and done added to the quilt with needle turn applique. There is, yeah, I said it a while ago to the wrong person, and now it is Jody. Welcome to you this evening. My scissors are getting caught on some of that on the back. Have to cut this very slowly. But I am anxious to turn it over and see how this actually turned out as well. Which this was done with the, and we missed that one little tip there. It must have got turned under with the scissors. Okay. There. That looks a lot better. So now you can see how that is going to finish out, and it will be turned under on that curved edge and applique down to the quilt, which I'm going to hold this up a little closer because from a distance that looked like stars, but that fabric is actually dice and playing cards. I thought it was kind of unique to go on brain fog with the other unique things that are being done to it. So that is one section that will go on there randomly. I haven't decided exactly where I'm going to put it yet. And then I have another one to do, which I'm about halfway done with that one. So I will be working on that here in just a little bit as soon as I get my mess cleaned up that I just made trimming all that. But put the cover back on my scissors so I don't lose that. And because it is small, I am using the add an eighth instead of add a quarter on that because the seams would take up a lot of the space there if I trim those at a 1/4 inch. So I am trimming them at an 1/8 of an inch instead. Goodbye, Charlotte. Thank you for popping in and seeing us for the short while that you could be here. It was great to see you. Right. So I am going to now try to finish out piecing this other one. Wrong scissors. I'm going to cut some of these excess threads here right now that I didn't trim when I was doing that earlier. And I will admit, Josephine, those of you that know me know that my seam ripper is named Josephine, did have to come out a couple times on this when I first started it. I started going the wrong direction when I actually started, and I'm going, wait, something's wrong here. That was rather funny, comical, but so had to take a couple out. Hello, are you going to help? Did you want to sew this for me? Are you going to have a lesson in foundation paper piecing tonight? There you go. Bye. Go lay down. Don't come back. And I have this set on a smaller stitch, of course, because it is the foundation paper piecing. And I am going to stitch on the line. Whoa. Don't be stealing any of my stuff up there. He had some of my fabric earlier. He likes to be quick and take things when he knows I'm not watching. But I'm going to have to put this up so you don't keep coming back. Yes. Go. Go. Bye. Okay, and so we sewed that one, and I am not using the extra camera this evening. Wasn't going to do anything that I felt you needed a real close-up view of. So, and I would, which it's not going to show up anyway, but I am just doing the folding over and the trimming on this. And Lynn, if you are still here, what I am using for my piece of thicker cardboard for folding on the lines is your little card that you stick in with the orders. Yep, it says soft squares and has all your information on it right there. All right, buddy, you're going to get in trouble now. Get down, get down. Insistent he is this evening. And he's going to get his nails caught in my top here in a minute. All right, go away. That's it. Going to be an interesting evening. Okay, so I fold that right on the line. Hello, Fern. It is great to see you. Never late, never late. There's always the replay and all of that, so you are never late. After you fold that under, of course, then you take your either your add a quarter or add an eighth, which I'm using the add an eighth, and trim across there so you have your excess off, which that is how it's folded and trimmed, and then you are ready to add your next piece, which of course I had to peek under there and see what it is, and you just line your seams up there from where you trimmed. And I have to check and see because I'm working on a curve to make sure I've got it going, so when I fold that back, it's going to fit the piece and come down as far as what it needs to. And a good way to check that is after you have it in place, go ahead and stick a pin right on that stitching line. Hold it as if you pressed it and check to make sure that it's covering the area, and it is, which I do with almost everyone because I'm a little OCD. And so I just check them. Better to check them than to be wrong and have to take it out. So. But for as small as this is, it does go along pretty quickly. Except when I was working on it earlier, I almost lost a track of time. I'm still here. I couldn't see Jean, and now I do. Well, I wonder why you couldn't see me. That's funny. Oh, you must have had something on a different view or something. Oh, I don't think I've missed anyone. And if anybody has a question, yes, your little brother is being a stinker and he knows I can't get at anything this evening with all the partitions back there. So he's deciding to be a little stinker. I would think he would get his tummy full pretty soon. Now he's not even going to leave. He's going to eat it right here. No, no, no. Whip. No. That's it. No, no more. They're all gone. I'm going to put them away. No. You don't understand. No, do you? Stop, buddy. Get down. Go. Oh, I'm sure there are some of you laughing. Yeah, there's Mike. Whip has your number. He knows you're going to give in and get more. No, when they're gone, they're gone. but there's a lot in here and they're not usually up here. He doesn't usually see them. They're usually put away. So he does think, when I say they're gone, that's it. They're gone. But yeah, I was a little late, so I put the dish up here and he happens to know that. So until I maybe empty it out and fake him out and say they're all gone, he's going to keep coming back. Welcome to you this evening, Mona. It is great to see you. Hopefully your new little puppies aren't being as mischievous as Whip is this evening. Oh, makes things just a little bit difficult tonight. But I will manage. I just have to have a little patience, I guess. So now it's folded over, trimmed again, and ready to add our next black one. I'm surprised he hasn't taken half my shirt with him yet. And I have to remember which direction I'm going, which an easy way to know which way you're going to need to turn that is when you have your card that you put on there on the fold line. If you flip it up, it kind of tells you, okay, yep, it's that bottom end of the curve that's not coming up. So you need to move your piece down a little bit. That is how I check it. So maybe I ignored him long enough that time. Let's hope he left on his own accord. As Whip defrocks poor Jean. Yeah, his shirt, is rather lacy, so he keeps getting his nails caught in it. And that's what's a little worrisome. Luckily, I do have a top on underneath it just in case he takes off with it. That could be bad. But yes, he is being a little stinker. And I'm going to fold that. That tells me I'm going to bring this next one up. But we are getting it done even with the interruptions. So, and then we will go on to the other part that I am working on. He just wants some love. Yes. No, he just wants treats right now. He doesn't. I threw my scraps in on his treat bowl instead of the scrap bin there. Yeah, which am I adding on? I'm adding the colored one on this time. And I already forgot which way I'm going. Okay, going down with it. Which I've got these all laid out in the order that I needed to go with them. So lining that up. And now he's over on the other side. He's making the rounds this evening. I wonder if I dump this and show him the empty bowl, he'll figure they're gone. He should get worn out here soon. It's usually a time he's taking a nap. But not this evening, of course. As you can see, he's named appropriately. Definitely a work in progress. The never-ending work in progress is what I refer to him as. I can't think right now. I'm having a little brain fog. Oh, but So these are the only two of these arcs that I'm making. Ooh, that came close to my fingernail there. Not good. It seems like something was missing there, but there's nothing missing. Yeah. Yes, we are adding the black. Oh, we're adding the color. What did we do? We are at the wrong. Okay. Added that one. We forgot to sew it. We didn't sew. No. Okay. I see where I am. I trimmed it on the wrong line. That happens. See, I pulled it up and I'm going, okay, something is not right. I skipped the next line and I trimmed it on that line instead. So we need to go back down here and fold it on the correct line and trim it and hope we didn't cut too much off, or we're going to have a problem, but it should be okay since it's a line below it and not above it that I made the mistake on. We shall hold. Yeah, well, we'll put that still gonna work out. We'll find out here in a minute. But yeah, turn that over and I'm going, something is missing. Can always tell. He pops up like a Muppet. He is adorable. That's why I put up with his little shenanigans. And welcome to you also. I did see Gladys. Good evening. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Donna is also here. Welcome to you. You must have popped in when I didn't see you. And Jill is here. Welcome to you as well. But yes, this is going to be interesting now. Okay. Let's see, we're going to bring it down. All right. All righty. Whip is making me lose my train of thought. Little stinker that he's being. Of course, making the cut in the wrong place didn't help matters either. So we will hope that I have that. We're gonna adjust that just a little bit. A little bit. Hope that I have it lined up correctly. If not, you know who's getting blamed. Hello, Delia. It is great to see you this evening as well. Holding it up to the light and we're going to be okay. Very close for making that wrong cut, but it's going to be okay. This is the last one. They're all gone. This is it. After this one, all gone. Then you have to lay down and go to sleep. Do you think he believes that? We shall find out. Sorry, I'm talking a little quietly, aren't I? Donna says she loves foundation paper piecing. It comes in handy for some things. Raining like crazy here in Utah. Well, be safe. It was raining a little while ago here. It was really, really raining yesterday. But so now we can fold that back this time in the correct spot. which for some reason doesn't look correct again. But we shall see. We shall see. Mr. Whip has got me all confused. Okay. You like how I keep checking, making sure now that I do have it in the correct spot. Oh God. I'm going to try to ignore him. We'll see if that works. Crazy storms tonight, says Joe. Okay, don't take the shirt with you. No, that's it. Go, go lay down. No, no. All right. We're gonna try and pull a fast one here. Look, all gone. There's only one in there. You can have that one. See, now they're all gone. Don't come back. We'll put it down here so you could see that there's nothing in it. We'll see if that works. Sounds like trapeze, the flying Danielles. Oh, okay. We will see if what I just tried worked. And we already stitched that. Let's fold it back over. We've got one that's going to be really close, but it's going to be okay. Because this is small, Lynn, is why I thought of your card, because I knew where I had them stuck also. But it's the perfect size for working on a little foundation paper piecing one like this, because it fits almost perfectly for using that on the folding lines. Always putting everything to good use in the Stitching Cottage. Yes, I gave him the empty bowl so he can see there's nothing in there. Oh, well, there. Can you see that one up close? Which the white lines are where it would normally be, stitched onto something else, but because I'm not using it that way, I had to base that, and that will be the turn under for the applique. But no, it's all gone. Look, they're all gone. There are no more. All gone. You ate them all. We don't have any more. All gone. You'll have to get a toy to play with instead. Yes, and we are adding the black. Whip. No. It should be moved down a tad. So that it fits into place correctly. We've only got a few more to add to this, and it will be done. No. They're all gone. I don't have anything. All gone. All gone. See, all gone. Nothing here. Bye. Go lay down. Whip. No, go lay down. Go. Not what I'm doing. Imagine that with all the interference I'm getting this evening. But I don't. I don't have him where I can reach him anymore since I tried to pull the little trick on him. Hello, Maritza. It's great to see you as well. Whip. No. Maybe he believed me that time. Okay. Do the card trick. That tells me which way I have to move it. Okay. Do the card trick with the fabric that is playing cards and dice on the back of it. That's what's on the black for the background fabric. I actually used that fabric for making a card trick block that is a table runner. Use it when the family used to get together and play cards. And I know that that one gets moved up a little bit. Oops. We only have two more to sew on after this one, and this section is going to be complete as well. For those of you that are new and haven't seen, this is the quilt that I am designing as I go. It just, the idea popped up in my head one morning when I was sitting here in a brain fog, trying to figure out what to do. And I went, oh, design a quilt named Brain Fog. So that is what I'm working on. And I decided that I would share that process with all of you as I go along. So that is how I have been doing this. Good evening, Sean. It is great to see you. Welcome, welcome. Need to pay attention to the time here also, but I think we will be able to get this done. Yes, for those of you that would like to this evening that are content creators, if you put hashtag selfie in the chat, it will bring up the link to your channel so that others can go over if they haven't already and check you out and subscribe if they like what you do. So you are welcome to go ahead and use that this evening. Okay. Losing track of where I am and what I'm doing. I think somebody figured out he's not getting any. I think you missed the excitement with Whip, Sean. He was not leaving me alone. Make sure it's time for the black. Yes, it is. Somebody is mowing their lawn. One more to put on after this one. And both of the arcs will be completed. I have to show you one of the ways after I get this done that I checked out on where I might position them, and it's kind of funny. One of the things that came up as an option, but I don't think I will be using that option, but I will show you it. little sliver of that last piece on here. Sure that place that on there correctly. It's going to need to be moved up a little. And then I just have to quickly stitch around that outer edge and trim it. And it will be ready to do the needle turn applique, adding it on to the quilt base. Hello, Donna. It is great to see you. Thank you for joining in this evening. The last section. Yay. Yeah, it's a little different doing this when you're not actually adding it to the other piece that you would normally be doing with the foundation paper piecing. So that is why I had to have that finished edge. Whoops. Come on. There we go. Time to replace the rotary blade, I see. So that is all pieced on there. Whoops, we didn't trim this end. I guess we should do that. Don't need it flopping around in the wind. And like I said, because these were small, instead of using the add a quarter, I used the add an eighth so that we didn't have big seam allowances in the way in all those points. So now, because this is not being seamed onto anything added, I am going to baste on that instead, and that will be my turn under 9 for when I applique it on randomly to where I decide to put it on the brain fog quilt behind me. Now I got to think of what I'm doing here, which I need to change my stitch first, and we need to make that to a larger stitch because I'm doing a basting stitch around this. And I'm going to stitch right on that seam line as if it was being sewn onto something. So this has been a rather interesting process of just designing a quilt as you go. As an idea pops into my mind, I figure out, okay, how can I do that? And how can I incorporate it into the quilt? All right. So I have stitched all the way around that. Now I am going to trim on that line as I did the other one, and both of those will be ready to set aside and add to the quilt. And I will show you what I have in mind, and I'll show you what was kind of funny and popped up as an idea. But like I said, I don't think I will be using that idea because I have some other ideas for that space that I will show you very quickly here as soon as I get this trimmed. You have to watch that those don't flop under. as I'm trimming this right on that, the outer 1/4 inch line. And there we have that one all complete, just like the other one. So now I'm going to try and move my chair out of the way. It's going to have to go this way. And I'm going to have to get up to show you. I'm sorry if I turn my back to you, but I'm trying to get that out of the way. But right here is where I have just the cutout of where the portrait collage is going to go, so I can figure out where I can put the other things that I am working on. And the idea originally for this is to have it kind of going somewhere up here, one of them at a random curve, and then the other one going the opposite direction somewhere up there. While I was doing that, sorry, kind of hard to show you that in my back, but I thought, oh, well, what if I were to seam this together? We could place it right over the top of my head like a little rainbow. But I'm not going to use that idea because I have some other ideas that I plan on using there instead. But so those are ready to be appliqued on. And now the other thing, and I will tell you real quickly, checking the time here. Just want to show you what the other process is that I have been working on. And that I kind of showed you part of that, I know, one of the other evenings. And that is using the hexagon templates, because these will also be needle turn applique on. And that is cutting out several of the hexagons from the fabric, and of course getting that pink squirrel right in the center of a few of them, because you know pink squirrels invade my stitching cottage. There we have the eyes on the other, but yeah, I have several of these cut out and ready to randomly disperse throughout the base background of the quilt and add on as well. So I will be working on that this week or in between, when I show you what I will be doing next, because as you know, I do not work on this every week during this time. But and I think someone's knocking at my cottage door. That's unusual. There's not usually someone knocking at my cottage door. Strange. And it's dark out. But I'm not going to get up yet. We will see who may be knocking at my cottage door. Oh, look, it's Soul Brother Mike from A New York Beauty.
Hey,
Hello,
everybody.
hello.
Surprise.
Oh, look who showed up. Awesome. But, and there may be a reason that Mike knocked on the cottage door this evening, but I think that we have an announcement to make together, and maybe Whip's going to plan on making it for us. Do you think?
I think so too. Why not?
So
All the
it's
entertainment right there. I think it's
hopefully.
time that I stop being so quiet in the background and I want to join in on the fun. So, Jean, can I play with you?
Yes, you are more than welcome to play with me.
Do you want to
And
play with me?
yes, I do, Mike. So what are
Uh,
we going to do?
I think we're going to trade channels every week and do a live every week.
I
How about
think we
that?
are. I think we are. And I think we already have a few projects planned
We
that we
do.
haven't been sharing with others, have been secretly working on in the background. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Mike and I will be joining forces, and we'll be sharing the after dark stitching. So we have changed the name. The name will be Saturday Night Soul Stitching. with Captain Stitches and a New York Beauty. So next week, we will be changing to that format, and that's why the time has also been changed to 8 p.m. instead of the later time that it was. So for the first premiere series of that, it will be on my channel, Kept in Stitches. That will be August 10th, next Saturday evening. And then we will be alternating on the 17th. It will be on Mike's channel instead. So we will be sharing the time, alternating back and forth every week, but we will both be on together every single week doing something that has touched both of our souls, which so often does. And that's why we have for a very long referred to each other as soul brother and soul sister, because
That's right.
something just clicked early on, and we find out that we have a lot of things that we enjoy the same type of stuff.
It's uncanny.
Yeah, it's all, yeah. And we've decided we can do anything we want.
With no rules.
No rules. Well, there might be a few rules because of YouTube community standards, but not because of us. But yeah, so we hope that you will all join us during those awesome evenings of Saturday night soul stitching.
You
Can we
can't
say
have
that?
Saturday night without us. You can't.
You can't have what?
Saturday night without us.
No,
No.
just, yeah, you'll have to tune in every time and see what we may have come up with. It will be interesting for sure. It will always be informative. It will always be stitching related. And so, and yeah, sometimes I may be teaching Mike something, and sometimes he may be teaching me something, and
That's
sometimes
right.
we both may be totally lost. Who knows?
That's right.
But it will
That's
be
what
a
makes
good
us
time.
us.
Yes, it does. But we have been working on a few things, like I said, in the background for a while, and we finally have been able to get our act together and are ready to come on and do this. So I want to thank you very much, Mike, for knocking on the cottage door this evening, popping
Thank you,
in and
Jean.
joining me to help announce what we think is going to be awesome,
It's
awesome,
gonna
and
be
really good.
awesome. How could it not be awesome? It's gonna be
What,
awesome.
what is it? Mike likes to use the term jazzed. So could be colorful, could be rather dark at times. Who knows? But we will find out. But really looking forward to it. And like I said, next week it will be on my channel, and then the week after that on Mike's. And a New York beauty, whatever you want to refer to him as. I know some of you refer to him as Charlie. I can't remember some of the other things I've seen you referred to as, but
I'm referred to as a lot of things by a lot of people.
we won't get into
We won't go there.
all of them. But Kathy said, sounds like a perfect Saturday night. Danielle says she'll definitely be there.
I
Tracy's
hope
got a
so.
heart and says yes. And
Excellent.
Danielle said earlier, you stinker, big brother. Where on earth did you find fabric with pink squirrels on it? That is an older line of Tula pink fabric. Jill asked that. Had to check and see who that was that asked that again. But yeah, that's which I actually got when I was on a little shop hop in Amish country. And
Ooh,
so even the Amish quilt shops have modern fabric.
why not?
Yeah, it was one of the first ones that I picked up because I knew it was out there and I wanted that fabric with the pink squirrels on it. And I have a couple other things. I have more yardage of it that I will be making with it. So gonna have some pink squirrels hanging around for real
All right.
out here in the cottage. But so thank you everyone for joining me this evening. Mike and I are totally excited about our
Yes.
new venture together, and we really look forward to being able to share our Saturday evenings with you. So
Yes.
hopefully you will enjoy that as well. Tracy says it's a date. Loretta says, well, congratulations to you both. And yes, which who knows what else may come out of that venture, but we shall see.
Hmm.
Maybe there'll be a trip to New York. Maybe there'll be a trip to Ohio. Who
You
knows?
never know.
Who knows where we may show up? You never know.
Mhm.
But thank you again. I will see you Wednesday for Tip Demo Wednesday. And of course, I will be doing at some point in time my week in review tomorrow. Never know where Mike's going to pop up.
I'll see you Saturday, though.
You will see him Saturday for sure, 8 o'clock for Saturday night soul stitching. So good night, everyone. And
Good
as
night.
always, remember, in the meantime, I can keep you in stitches, and Mike can too. So
Mhm.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care, everyone. And let's end it up here.